You're listening to the September 1st, 2017 reading of Blossom Goodchild's Channeling with the Federation of Light.
Here we are once again in a communicative space. Welcome to planet Earth and all who sail in her.
We are naturally in joy to be back in correspondence with you also. We know you have a question prepared.
Yes, I'm not sure if words will be able to answer it, though. A gentleman wrote in asking if you could tell us more about energy. He said, many channeled entities speak frequently of energies filtering into our stratosphere or into our bodies, our psyche, spirit, etc. Yet what these energies actually are is kind of vague. If they are electromagnetic energy, what are their exact frequencies? What are their sources? Do they travel at the speed of light, etc., etc., etc.? Or are they just speaking metaphorically and there are no physical energies at all?
That is indeed a practical inquiry. Let us begin to explain. We initially speak of source energy, which is what you are, where you derive from. It is indeed based on frequency, and within that frequency there is a resonance that, as suggested, electromagnetically vibrates. We would state here that within one numerical frequency, to give you an idea, there would be thousands upon thousands of frequencies vibrating on that level, on a scale of naught to the thousands upon thousands. It is vast matter.
Is that right there? No a vast matter?
Which moves us on to matter. As you know, all that is energy. There is nothing else. And as you know too, depending on the vibrational frequency, energy can transform into matter.
But how? This is way out of my league. As many know, I am an actress, not a scientist or mathematician. I faint if someone says the word percent.
It is a coagulation of thought, gelling with identity. An identity which allows the thought to become.
Dearie law, we've only just started and I'm wishing I hadn't. You see, when I think of energy, I think of swirly, misty stuff, or sparkly, darty, starry stuff, or boundless enthusiasm from thought coming through physically and making me bounce.
It is indeed all of these things. And yet, we understand that you are not asking for kindergarten material.
I could go with that. Yet continue.
Energy is. It came from nowhere and is everywhere. It is in everything. Everything is of it.
But what is it?
Energy. You in your world have words to label all that is. Therefore, we have to label this substance energy.
Wait, is it an actual substance then?
No.
Yet you just called it a substance.
Because we have to use words. You are asking us to describe something that simply is. There are no words for it.
Okay, let's come from another angle, shall we? When you say, for instance, that the energies pouring into our planet at the moment are higher and stronger than they have ever been, what does that mean exactly?
We know you would answer as we would.
What, in that it means exactly that? They are stronger and higher than they have ever been?
Indeed. Yet, we do not wish to condescend. Let us suggest using the word power. Energy is a power. You have power that can be strong or weak. You have power that can be fast or slow. Yes, we are happy with the word power, for want of any other word that would suffice. This power is everywhere, in all things.
Who determines when and how much power pours through into our planet?
It is by default.
Well, that's completely thrown me. Even when I Google it to get the full meaning, it sort of says a pre-selected option adopted by a computer program or other mechanism when no alternative is specified by the user or programmer.
This is the nearest we can assist, because it was prearranged, programmed, that when those upon the planet, and indeed the planet herself, once again reached a certain calibration, higher, stronger power could filter through.
I'm smiling at your analogy you just presented.
Of a washing machine that is programmed to complete a cycle, and within that cycle are different functions that follow on from one another. An example, detergent, hot rinse. When that is done, then a spin, perhaps, etc. The functions take place automatically when the cycle reaches a certain trajectory.
You sure on that one?
You understand?
I guess so.
What we are expressing is this similar path of automatic programming when the cycle upon Earth has reached a certain temperature, would we say.
So these energies, powers, are they actually tangible?
They can be felt.
So are they physical?
No. They are interdimensional. Therefore, they are non-physical. How can we help more?
By changing the subject.
Upon your planet, you have a power plant. It conducts energy and sends it forth. Perhaps think of the divine source.
As a power plant that sends out smog into our atmosphere, I think Source would not be amused.
We think Source has no concern of explanations that are trying to help one understand who and what they are.
I jest, of course. Continue.
So, this power plant, shall we say, the mainstay, the ultimate powerhouse, and let us say, to serve this explanation, there is none more powerful. This energy is then sent out to many, many places, and as it filters out and through, it loses some of its original power. This is inevitable. Yet, this is not to say that it isn't possible for power surges to be passed down the line to give it a boost, to amp it up. White Cloud often speaks of turning up your dimmer switch. This is what these surges of energy, power, do. They amp you up. Yet, this can also have an initial effect of knocking one about a bit. Sometimes if one turns the volume up on a very efficient speaker, it distorts and deafens until it is finely tuned. This is what is taking place upon your planet and within you. These higher energies, powers, are inevitably being fine-tuned as they reach your frequency. The higher frequencies that you have developed and settled within are ready to be joined by, with, outside energies, powers that are of a higher frequency than where you have settled. And they need to come into balance to raise you up even higher. It is part of the cycle, part of the plan.
Does this energy have intelligence? Of course it does. What a stupid question.
Not so stupid. It has magnetic intelligence, if you like.
Meaning?
Meaning that its power is pulled toward that which it is called upon.
To be honest, I don't even know what electromagnetic means, as mentioned in the original question. So with all due respect, we're sort of screwed.
Continue to concentrate as hard as you are doing, Blossom. We are making headway.
Don't you mean if my head gets out of the way? Back to magnetics, then.
The magnetic altitude deciphers how energy plays, how it forms. It attracts, pulls together, form, simply by its frequency on any given matter, for any given matter.
How does it travel? Does it travel?
Not as such. For, as we say, it simply is everywhere. Therefore, for instance, the higher energies, power, that we speak of pouring into your atmospherics has not traveled from afar. It was always there, as is. Yet has been, would we say, infused, amped up to serve a higher purpose of itself.
Who infuses it? Who amps it up? And how?
Are you ready for this?
Probably not.
Who amps it up? Who infuses it? Energy itself, ordered by itself.
Ordered?
Yes. Yet we do not mean given an order. We mean as in placing in order.
I'm confused. Surprise, surprise. I need to go back to it having intelligence.
We understand why. In that you are wondering how divine intelligence is of the ultimate energy power. Therefore, how can it only be of a magnetic intelligence? And we would answer, because of the filtering from source. It has to be watered down, so to speak.
Why?
Because divine energy, in, of, as, through, its ultimate level, if unfiltered, would fragment everything into minuscule components due to its frequency. The power energy of, from divine source is the highest, purest, unadulterated, exceptional, magnitudinal, omnipresent love that ever was, ever is, and ever will be. We feel we should leave you with this amount to ponder on, to absorb, and see how it settles. We feel, too, that we should leave you with an input, a surge of power. And we ask each one of you who has partaken in this endeavor to understand something that is probably not understandable, to take as many deep breaths as desired and feel our energy, our power, as we send it out to you. And it reaches into your soul, your energy, your power, which is the very same as ours. Yet, at this stage of the game, is vibrating on a different frequency. And so it is.
And so it is, indeed. Phew, I'm still here. I haven't exploded. Thank you, my friends, for being part of the magnificence of it all, in love, light, and the best understanding we can muster. And my personal apologies for having no voice whilst recording this conversation. Thank you.